Opening drive because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on 1st and goal.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he is out of bounds here. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Bush, and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Reggie Bush are within an extra point of tying this thing. And how about this decision? Tie game first half, but here's an onside kick. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
Derrick Henry. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's a quick throw by Dak, complete out wide. Steve Smith all by his lonesome. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton, flush to his right. A throw for Thielen once again. This time it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, it's Bush. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
58, boys, 58.
To throw is Newton. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. When he went on the move there and started rolling out, I thought there was a window, but that window closed quickly, intercepted.
And sometimes, despite how big your arm talent is, you don't get enough on a throw when you're on the move as opposed to setting your feet and stepping into one. That may have been the case there, and the defense certainly benefited.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle it. That's what you're looking for.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now it's Henry. And they'll get him down right about the 20. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, check right. Watch 55. All day, baby.
Throwing. Prescott. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, check. All right, 55.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Now Prescott. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. He's going to get it running right. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Able to power through. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. A final shot before the break. Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. Wind you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Ronnie Lott, the Hall of Famer, with a pick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
On the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll keep it in the hands of Bush, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Breaks a tackle. Pushing tacklers aside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll try the air now with Newton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
forced out to his left. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
He can run for it, and he will. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think...
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at
come
maximum.
On. You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores
Filet,
3 times.
filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
At the 5-yard line.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run with Chubb. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Jerome Baker in on the tackle. A pickup of 2.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. He's going to get it running right. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former Super Bowl MVP Malcolm Smith. The 40, 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a 1-score game here in the 4th. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And that's going to be incomplete.
In the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in a stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this, when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top with the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Cowboys will go. Prescott looking here for Smith downfield. He's got a man. Complete. 4th down conversion plays. You usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Prescott yet again. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll roll him out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he is all the way up past the 25. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Following the interception, here's Prescott. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Back to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. That's into the hands of the tight end Boyle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
At the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at 20. Here's Prescott. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Hall of Famer Ronnie Lott. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner. They'll go again with Bush. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Here's Bush on 4th down, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. One last shot now for Prescott. And this is incomplete, so no miracles here on the final play. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long. Let's see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Prescott to throw it. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
I can't believe they let you play.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, QB's trash. Let's go.
Prescott now on second down. Oh, Prescott stripped. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
My goodness, it'll be a disastrous loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a second and about a mile here.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a first and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got a battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on first and 10. On the counter, it's Bush. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Sean Lee, the linebacker, credited with bringing him down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on second and 14. A shotgun snap for Newton. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First do no.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. Newton on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. A throw over the middle, taken in, and he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Bush on 3rd down. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
No gain on the play.
Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They've reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11.
At the 21-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Buying time to his left. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. We're scoreless after 1. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together. They had a chance to pick up a 1st down,
but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal. So
maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now 1st down. The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A toss right to Henry. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. Tough spot here. 3rd and 18 following back-to-back running plays that went in the wrong direction. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, so good they had to name him twice, and he gets the sack. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. On 2nd down, it's Bush. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. A first down carry for Henry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Prescott from the gun. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Newton now to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Rolling to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Thomas the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Bush. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 54 yards on the ground. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up fourth. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Out to his left. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, second and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the time hole, now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
They'll run on first down. It's Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Back at the 49-yard line.
56. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little... It got his man complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
You better be afraid of me.
Here's Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the